I'll be there to speak and in someone who's there until the end. When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on. Count on me, I will be there. Don't be afraid. Please believe me when I say, count on me. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that. Baby, friends to the end. What's up, CDP? What's up, Tanya McNeil? What's up, Darcina? What's up, Sally? What's up, Miss Douglas? When you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on. Count on me, Sadie. I will be there. Don't be afraid. That's the quartet version of it. Please believe me when I say, whoa. Please believe me when I say, please believe me when I say, count on, count on, count on, oh, me. Y'all ain't ready, y'all ain't ready, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Ha! Count on me, friends to the end. Faithful to the end. She's my lover and my friend. Oh, she's faithful, faithful to the end. And with her love I can depend. Oh, she's faithful, faithful to the end. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for the old school, faithful to the end. Cook and clean and wash your clothes. Cause she's faithful. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, Lord, she's faithful. Ooh, y'all ain't ready. Anyway, this is called Friends to the End. Really, it's called Friends until somebody goes somewhere that you don't want them to go. Friends until somebody think you being shady with them. Friends with limitations. That's what it is, baby. But these people gonna be friends to the end. So, did y'all catch a certain content creator click on my link to talk to another content creator? And then that content creator went into a whole diatribe of how faithful to the end she is, and she was being nice about it. But I'm like, do you really have to do all of that? Do you really know these people? Is it really that serious? Is it really that serious? And then, now I asked the question, which did not get answered. I want y'all to check this out now. The question did not get answered. I said, so why are y'all getting upset because people coming over here? That question never got answered. But I didn't push it. I just kept on pushing. Then I got a question of, why you mad with me? Now, I told it exactly like I meant it. Then they tried to, not, look at this narcissist behavior. They tried to take our situation and talk about Ro and Brian. And I had to bring it right back because Ro and Brian comes over to the chat and they chat and I ask questions and nobody tells them the answer or tells them to say anything. Roy and Brian be putting a whole lot of stuff out. But my thing is, it is what it is. But did y'all catch that narcissistic move? Okay, I asked you a question, and it was about us, and you're gonna bring it on to somebody else. And I'm like, oh no, 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 ma'am, no, ma'am. So I just think those tendencies are interesting, and this is why people don't have no friends. I feel now I don't dislike that person, but I just know that person's words. Now I know Queen Tulsa up here embellishing. That's what Queen Tulsa does. Queen Tulsa got a whole man. No, I got a man. If y'all crazy enough to believe that I want Queen Tulsa, then y'all really gonna need to go ahead and get examined because y'all don't know the difference between FTM and I mean because again, Queen Tulsa is a transgender woman. I dealt with at the time a transgender man, meaning that a woman who looks exactly like a man who had transitioned. Now I don't know what Queen Tulsa got to do with that because if I'm not mistaken, somebody got a thing, and thing ain't my thing, regardless of what people want to say. Hello, somebody. So again, I think it's funny that people latching on and believing that. Queen Tulsa is Tulsaling. She's tesseling, or whatever you want to call it, because that's what she does. She embellishes, she comes over and makes things bigger than what they are. But again, you all I'm telling you is when you come to my space, you treat me with respect and dignity. Now, Ness came over here. She didn't get attacked. She had her chance to say what she said. Even D Miss O, I said, hold on, D Miss O, let her speak because I really wanted to hear what she had to say. Ness and D Miss O got that thing rectified and went on. Now, let me tell you something. People can say whatever they want about me, but people come over here and get things rectified. Mama D, in her situation, even though Mama D called that lady a nappy-head N, okay, and a nappy-head H, they still got it together and worked it out. Ness came over, talked to Deepest O, found out that Deepest O was really saying what she was saying and worked that out and went about her business. I didn't badger her about why, answering the question of why she's sitting people, get mad at people for coming over here. She didn't really want to answer too much, so we left it alone. But because she tried to deflect like nobody didn't catch it. But it's all good. It's all good. So all I'm saying is that I just think it's funny that they are running with these narratives. And that was a while back. You know, way before I think I was in New York when that happened. So that was 2000, early 2000s. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You don't have nothing to prove to anybody. I just think that it's interesting how these people try to play these games. And again, I only deal with what I see. What I see. But the girls are not well. And can I say something, Ness? Girl, it's not a crime that you click on the link. I'll let you click on the link. For what? What you thought I was going to do? Attack you? And then had the audacity talking about somebody need to apologize for what? Somebody told me to shut up. And they got exactly what they was getting. And the sad part about it is I didn't even know who it was until later on. And when I found out who it was, you knew that was not going to happen. And let me say this too. And let me be very clear. And don't try to facilitate any peace brokerage or if I can facilitate, I don't want no facilitation. I don't want to have any mediation. I don't want remediation. I don't want any of them Asians because I gave somebody 5 days to talk and to get this out, to tell me how they really felt. Instead of talking to me, they talk all around me for clicks and views. And now, as Mother would say, it's too late. It's too late. The doors of the church have not been closed. It's too late. The art doors have been closed. And I don't have time for it. And I don't hate the lady, but like I told you, Ness, it's not if, it's when. Everybody has a day. Your day ain't today, but that day is coming. Your day is coming. So just get ready for it. You think, honey, you think Jay Dunn is a mess? Okay, wait for it. Wait for it. So moving right along. Hey Ebony. Hey Ebony. Hey Dustina. Hey Sally O'Malley. I want to give a shout out. Y'all, thank y'all for blessing Dr. LaShawna Ruth Brown yesterday. Lady Sparkle's birthday is coming up Monday. And we're going to pray that she gets some clothes so she don't have to be naked eating arugula all up in the house. Okay, it seems like nakedness is something else. Okay. Ah, mm. Ebony, Ebony 757. Why are they mad? Why are they upset, Ebony? Why are some of these girls upset? All I come on is do my set. I chit chat about what may or may have not happened on my platform, and that's it. Ebony, I don't go looking at these girls and what they doing. I'm not peeking in their window. I'm not knocking on their door with no casseroles. I ain't doing none of that. But the girls is mad. The girls is mad. And what makes me upset with some of these girls is, you know, y'all don't have no content. And I admit that I don't have none sometimes. I just come on here and chit chat. But the people like to chit chat. And you know, yeah, some of these girls got immense talent, but they got the wrong manager and they be in the wrong venue. Now, I'm not trying to go to Hollywood and be a star. I just want to make my little ass this shit and move on and go on about my business. I'm going to do Broadway. I'm not trying to go to Hollywood. So, anyway, but some of you girls are doing Tin Pan Alley, and y'all just need to come up. Darcina said they mad because we do what we can do, whatever. We can say whatever. So high. Come on, Darcina. But the format is whatever. The format is, but this is the thing. I don't have to get dark and deep and vicious. I don't have to be wishing unaliving folk and all of this evilness. And truth be told, you all, I really don't have to curse because my vocabulary is extensive enough that I can use other words. What's up, Big Man TV? Okay? And so that's the deal. Now, they say somebody is angry. They're gonna have to be angry. But you know what? Let me say something about this individual. This individual is extremely angry because this individual is dealing with childhood trauma that is unresolved. This person is very territorial and extremely protective over friendships. So if they treat friendships like this, then like hell would you want to be in a relationship with this person because they are really off their rocker. Then this person say they love people, but in the same tongue, they will sit here and hurt people, say all amounts of evil about folks, drop all kind of tea about people, and then be apologizing and going on a whole apology tour and a whole love tour, but will turn around and do the same thing again. And that's behavior that's not well. It's not stable. It's not even keeled. And something, that's what I'm saying. So whether people come over here or not, it doesn't matter. But hopefully the person sees that, hey, you got some issues. And then when you tell me that I remind you of your mama, then you really need to go on the couch. And I'm not being shady. I'm just being real. Don't get me wrong. We all have idiosyncrasies. We all have things that we deal with, but some things are more pronounced than others. And sometimes you really need to focus on that. Then people get mad because you tell them the truth, and then they get mad because of that, because they want to be fiercely independent. And I get it. You are an 8 on the Enneagram. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram as well. But you have to realize that if somebody is giving you wise counsel, you might want to take it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But we love you. Don't hate you. Think you're very funny. Think you are, very, but it's the funny people. It's the people who can make others laugh that are sad and they have issues. It's very rare that you get somebody who's extremely funny that they don't have issues. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now, let me tell you about mine. I'm going to let you into a window of my life. So, when I was about 10 or 11, I was already playing at church. And I never forget, we were going over a song. And this lady, who knew nothing about music, nothing at all, took over the choir rehearsal. And it was so much confusion. And I was so pissed off that I started crying. Because the whole rehearsal was a wash because of this lady. I couldn't hit her. I couldn't cuss her out. I couldn't do any of those things. That was the first time and the last time I ever cried at a choir rehearsal. And I am relentless when it comes to that. And I'm just being real with it. Now, again, you work with who you work with. You work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? You meet people where you are. But when I do my rehearsals, it's all eyes on me. And I have never let that happen. So, again, that trauma shaped how I do my choirs. And I have really kind of pulled back a little bit, but I acknowledge it. And this is why I've done the work. However, it's never happened again. I'm just saying. So take that how you want, analyze it, talk about it. There is some content in there for somebody. Use it, do what you got to do. Take it to the bank, take it to the credit union, take it to the check cash in place over there, whatever your financial institution may be. Do what you need to do with that. Okay. I was vulnerable, but it is what it is. You are. So I think some people really have some issues, and I understand why they upset. And can I say this? And I'm going to be real. I have not talked to Treasure Lane in a good minute. Every once in a while, we'll shoot the breeze. But I'm going to say this right off the cut. That man is living rent-free in y'all head. It seems like the older the same gender-loving man is, the more hate y'all have for him. Do you not know that people our age have gone through and nothing you say really affect us because we've heard it all? Let me tell you this. I didn't get a whole lot of backlash. I wasn't at the clubs when I was in high school. I didn't go until, I graduated college, which is a good thing. Because I can understand how people can fail going to them clubs. But I've heard it all, right? But it didn't stop me from being successful. It didn't stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do. And in spite of being black, being same gender loving, having issues with black people, talking about which one you first, you gay or black, or vice versa. And don't even get with the bisexual thing because we definitely don't look at sexuality as a spectrum as a people. We just get to the reality that people can be gay. So we just get to that. But despite all of that, it didn't stop me from doing one thing. One thing. And so if I had to endure those things in the real world, do you think it's going to stop me on a virtual apparatus? And it's really not bragging. It is making right choices. It is investing in yourself. A lot of y'all invest in a whole lot of stuff, but you don't invest in you. Now, I am getting ready to take a course that I'm excited about this summer because it's going to give me more open doors. Because when I decided I don't want to work anymore, I have a lot of gigs that's going to supplement my Social Security, okay, that I will be able to do on my terms. On my terms. Some of you all don't think about your long term. You are only short term thinkers. Some of you all are brilliant and you have plotted this thing out for the long haul. But don't you see that I'm not in all of this mess and all of this stuff because at the end of the day, it's going to be over. At the end of the day, something's going to have to give. I'm just enjoying the ride without having to deal with all of this other foolishness. And I don't really know what's going on. The people are telling me. So if I don't ask the people, they won't tell me. Or if they don't want to share, they won't tell me. But it's all good because what I'm hearing is the same old stuff that we heard 2 years ago. People get together, people don't like a certain person, people come together to get to a certain person, and then in the midst of trying to get to a certain person, they start falling out themselves, and then we start the whole game over again. What's up, Dr. LaShawn Root Brown? I hope you had a good birthday, Dr. Brown. And Uncle Claude, it's very ironic that Uncle Claude and Dr. LaShawn Root Brown came in at the same time. But Uncle Claude, you sung that song out of your soul, okay? And Uncle Claude, don't let these people question you. Because you saw. But anyway, y'all. So, it's always one that get mad at somebody. Then they join together. And then they wind up falling out. I'm just saying. And we've seen it. We've seen it over and over and over again. What y'all think? But I'm not mad. I don't hate nobody because I don't really pay attention to you enough to hate you. I don't watch your material and I don't care. People talk about something. You say you don't be what I don't. Because when I'm driving, they did pop up at the same time, though. You check that out. You peep that. Don't see the you peep that. But let me tell you something. I don't have no time. When I'm driving to my destination, I'm on my YouTube apparatus. When I'm driving back from my destination, I'm on my YouTube apparatus doing content. And baby, I'm watching CNN, World News Tonight. I'm talking to friends and loved ones. And I don't have time to be watching y'all stuff. And I won't. And I know you want me to. But I don't have time. And how I find out is people tell me. Or people will send me the clips with the timestamp. And there's only a few people. There's only a few vendors that I do business with. I don't do business with all kind of vendors. Baby, these are trustworthy vendors. And then I decide if I want to respond to it or not. So if you must know, that's how I know. But it's a lot of things that I can respond to, but I choose not to. Some of the stuff I just delete and don't even look at. It has to really intrigue me. And some of y'all ain't intriguing enough because y'all are one trick ponies. Y'all gonna do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, she's Trish. What's going on, she's Trish? The dead has arisen. I guess she can't deal with that. What was that? You in the Mo3 sector now? So you come on back to the B sector. Well, shish Trish, it's good to see you. I hope the trip is going well. I hope y'all tape it and do a lot. So give shish Trish a hand. She done came back. Okay, she done left the church. She done went to Reverend DeBoe's church over there because she got a little mad over here. But we see she back. She got on the biggest hat because she wants to be seen. But she back. Okay. Come on now. Well, baby, you know that's a jealous spirit. But anyway, I'm gonna let these girls learn. I'm gonna let these girls learn. They should have learned from what we went through. Sometimes people go through things so you don't have to. Somebody say amen. Sometimes people go through things so you don't have to. I dropped the link. If y'all want to click on it, you can. If you don't, that's fine. No one is obligated. Remember, if you click this link and somebody come up here and cuss you out, hey, no protection. I try to be fair, but anyway, I'm just saying. So I am not responsible for wigs being pulled. I'm not responsible for somebody yanking pearls off. I'm not responsible for liquor being thrown on somebody. I'm not responsible for that. I'm just being real here. Okay. What's up, Trish? What's up, Trish?
Smash it. Smash it. Good
Hey, what's
morning.
going on?
Hey, lion ass, shady ass, passer.
Now, Trish, you don't come up and greet people like that. That's rude. It's disrespectful. And I don't believe you from New York with home training. I believe your mama taught you better. So you come on and say, good morning, Jay Wilson. How are you?
Leave mama. Leave my
Anyway, you better get it chipped. Now look, what's the rules, y'all? I will mute you first.
Rules.
And then after I mute you, then I'll go ahead and block you. Because people don't understand. No, Trish. No, Trish. You're getting ready to get booted because again, I think you've been away. I think you've been away. So let me tell you again. This is a new format. I will warn you. Then I will mute you. I will put you down, and then you'll be blocked. So it's up to you because you haven't been here for a long time, and you're really not relevant to the channel. So again, I'm just glad that you're here, but you don't greet people like that. It's rude. It's rude.
I know.
All right, so let's go. Let's talk. What's going on with you?
Life is lifing.
Okay, tell me how it's life.
It's beautiful. What about you?
My life is beautiful. This new format is working. People get upset because you change stuff or not.
Wait.
And I love it.
Pastor, could you run back? What is this new format you've been speaking about? You said it twice so far.
I do what I want to do. We have a great time, but we have formats and we have boundaries, and we do what we need to do. I have not watched people, so like your situation, I don't know what's going on because I'm just really not watching. I am just making it a point to cleanse myself from watching any of the content and just focusing on what we do here. And I'm not cursing anybody out. So that's it. And the new format is whatever we want to have. So if we want to talk about politics, we'll just do it. That's the new format.
Yeah, I don't talk politics or religion with you.
Okay, well that's fine. That's up to you.
Yeah. So how's it hanging, Pastor? Who you been upsetting lately?
I'm not upset with anyone.
So who have you been upsetting? Who's mad at you? Besides
it's a great deal of people. but I
I
don't know
bet.
why.
I
And
bet.
yeah,
I
so yeah,
bet.
yeah,
I
it is.
bet.
It is. Yeah.
Ooh, I know. Ooh, child. Oh, I could tell.
But let me tell you something. I want to thank you though, because
Thank me.
Sis
Me?
Trish absolved me because people trying to be messy, trying to say that that plane situation, I was trying to sabotage your trip. But that plane situation
Oh, no,
really
no, no, no.
happened,
You
and it was
can't
on World News
sabotage.
Tonight.
You could never sabotage. You ain't got that much power, sir.
And
Plus,
you're right. And you know
and
what,
that,
Trish?
and
You
hold on,
are right.
that
You're
plane
right. But I'm agreeing with
was
you.
way
I'm
away.
agreeing with you. You
It
are
was
right.
it
And I'm
was
agreeing
so
with you.
far away from where we going. That was all this shit happens in San Pedro. I would never go to San Pedro to vacation. Those three
Okay.
girls passed
But
away.
I'm glad you said that, though, because you're right. I don't have power to sabotage anything. And you are 100% correct. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
glad
can.
you said
You
that.
definitely can't Dovey me. You can't Dovey me. Nah.
No, 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 no. I didn't even sabotage Dovey's trip. Dovey
If
sabotaged
you
Dovey's trip.
say
So
so,
you are 100% right. I caught your little shade, but if somebody were talking about what's that, toilet tissue and refried fish, they would have been all right. See, I didn't do that. I did not do that. So let's move right along, Sis
the
Trish.
only thing that I agree with you on back then was the toilet paper. There was some provision that
And the
people had to do.
refried fish. And
That
the
that
refried
that that,
fish.
that's crazy work. Like, come on.
Well, this is the thing, though. Anytime people cannot give you a budget, that's a problem. And I told somebody, I'm like, look, it's up to you. But don't get caught holding the bag. But let me say this, Trish. In the end, what happened? In the end, what did we find out? What happened in the end?
I've been stuck at the toilet paper for years. I don't know why.
I got you. But what happened in the end, though? Did the event happen? And why did it not happen? Oh, nobody don't want to say nothing. Everybody want to get quiet then now. Everybody want to get quiet now.
Okay, let me tell you what I think. You sabotaged it. That's why that trip didn't happen.
No, no, no,
And
no,
she
no,
made
no.
and
No,
she made it
I didn't
easy for you.
sabotage it.
She made it
Child, let me tell
easy
you
for
something.
you.
Let me say this. Trish, absolutely not. Eviction sabotage that. Somebody didn't have money for their rent, but yet they was trying to get an Airbnb. Girl, stop lying. Eviction sabotage that. If she would have had it, she would have had it. How many people tried to sabotage my situation on Labor Day, but it still went on? How many people tried to sabotage the event on the cruise
I
ship,
never
but
did
it
any
still
of
went
that
on?
shit.
I'm not saying that you sabotaged it, but
I
my
never
thing is this:
sabotage anybody's
regardless,
blessings. Whatever God
regardless of
has for you,
what I'm trying
God
to
has for
say,
you.
that's the thing. So no one sabotaged anything. People
You're
sabotage their
very
own thing.
defensive this morning, huh?
Well,
Why?
I know how you are. Let me tell you something. I know your words,
You keep
and,
saying
and
that.
you
Hold
and
on,
you.
wait a
I
minute,
know
wait a
your
minute.
words.
Wait a minute.
I
You
know your
keep
words,
saying that you
and
know your
so
work.
you you
What
you
does
don't
that
you don't
mean?
you
What does
don't
that
get ready.
mean? Stop.
You
What
don't
does
get
that mean?
ready. You be ready with people like yourself. So again, you
Who?
are right. I know your
Me?
words.
What like
I know
what
your
is
words.
my work? Why don't you just spit
I
it
know
out?
your words. You know your words, and the people know your words. So
What is
I'm
my
just
work?
here.
Why
Yeah, I'm
why
here.
can't you say it? Because
Y'all
you're
catch
making
it.
shit up
People
again.
people
There
try
you
to
go.
throw slick
Lying ass
shade,
pastor.
but as a gay man, I will catch that shade. I will throw it back, and I will
Did
even
you
act like
shade
I
on
don't
her?
know it. But you're
Hold
too
on.
slick.
Jay
I
Wilson.
sabotage
Jay
Dobie's event.
Wilson. Jay
Baby, that's
Wilson.
slick shade right
I
there.
don't. That
But
is
I
not
got
slick
you,
shade. I
baby.
said
I
what
love
I
you, Trish.
said.
I
No, you
love
don't.
you,
You do
Trish.
not love
How's
me.
your
You don't
trip?
even
How your
love the
trip
fit.
going, baby?
You
How
do
your
not
trip
love
going?
me. Stop that
How many
bullshit.
people?
You do not
How many?
love
I
anyone,
do love you,
actually.
baby. Because if I
No,
didn't love you, I'd
you
be going
don't.
there. Let me tell you something. If I didn't love you, you wouldn't even be on this platform. You would still be down in the chat. So anyway, how's your trip going? And how
You
many people
people
from the
hit
beef
your
sector
link.
going?
You like Jay. I
Again,
heard that you. Wait, wait, wait,
how
wait,
your trip
wait.
going? And how many people in the beef sector going? How many people in the beef sector going on your trip?
So listen, Pastor, you you're skating over a lot of shit, and I'm gonna hit them all one by one. What you just said, okay? I don't shade. I'm
You
very
do.
straight. I'm
You
very
do.
straightforward.
No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. You shade. You shade. I
Okay.
called it. But move
Okay,
along. You
fine,
think you
fine.
don't,
If
but
you call
that's
it
my
shade, if
perception.
that maybe that's what you call it
Okay,
down
it's
there.
my perception, but that's what it is. Keep
I'm
on
very
going. Let's
straightforward.
go to the next one. Let's hit
The
it because
sec the
you're
second
not.
thing, the
Let's go.
second
Yes.
thing,
Uh-huh.
this the second thing, sir, you don't love me. You know what you love? You love my sauce. That's what you love.
I
You
love
know
your
that.
who.
My
I love your what?
sauce. Sauce.
Say that again.
I said it. Sauce. Bitch.
No, Trish, you extending that too far. Girl, we going to New Mexico and not Mexico. You just went to Mexico City and left me in Albuquerque.
I just
No,
wanted to
ma'am.
be clear. I wanted to be
Uh-uh.
clear.
Let me say this. Look, let me say
I
this.
got one more. I got
I
one
love
more.
I love humankind. I don't have hate in my heart for folk because that's not how I am. Okay,
Okay,
moving
fine,
along.
fine, fine. You know, I guess as a human being and a spiritualist, I love you too.
Good. See, that's how it works, and we can agree on that.
Yeah. So, but you're no friend to anyone, especially not on YouTube.
We
And
1099s. You're correct. 1099s. That's correct.
let me tell you something right now. You need to stop that shit. You need
Now,
to stop
this has
that
kept
shit.
me out of mess. This has
You are
kept me
too
out of mess.
freaking
This
old
is
for that
business,
shit.
baby.
You
Baby,
are
this is
too old for
business.
that
Let me
shit.
tell you some shit,
You are
Trish.
way too old for that
This
shit.
is business. I got friends off of here.
Yeah, and
I got family off of here.
I'm
I don't
friends with
need
the people
no
I work with.
friends. I don't need no friends on YouTube because you all have shown who you
No,
really
no,
are, and
don't.
I'm good with that.
What did I show?
But
What
if
did
you
I
want to
show?
be
You
friends,
showed
keep
that
on
you're a
being friends,
doxer. You
baby.
showed that
Keep
you're a
on being
liar.
friends.
You showed that you love me even after you do it.
I love you, but not on YouTube. This is business, baby. It's a 1099. I get my AdSense check.
You listen.
I
Wait a
have
minute,
been
Tay
very,
Wilson. Tay
very
Wilson.
clear on that, Trish.
Tay
And
Wilson.
maybe that's the problem. Maybe you all need to take that attitude, and you won't be getting caught up in mess.
Ooh, really?
That's what you might need to
Well,
do. Because
well,
let me say this: my theory has been proven over and over again. My theory has been proven. And we've seen that. And the main people who argue against it will come back and say, Jay Wilson is right. It ain't really no friends on YouTube. Okay,
well,
go ahead.
that depends on where you drive, where you roam. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have your journey on YouTube.
Okay, you don't.
All right. So I do know a lot of what you say is 1,000% right. No cap.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think there's some disclaimers, but that's your journey. It's not mine. You know what I mean?
I have caveats, and my caveat is if you do have a friend, you shouldn't be telling everybody about that. Because if you do value your friendship, then you wouldn't
Exactly.
display it on here.
Now
But
that
I'm
makes
saying
sense.
that was the caveat, though. So I've been saying that for
Okay.
years too.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
saying that for years. There's always been
Yeah.
a caveat. Okay.
Yes, that's very true. I agree with that.
You
See,
believe me. You believe me, girl. You believe me.
I
I believe
believe
me.
you. I believe
All
you.
right.
Okay.
All right. What
So,
else is going on?
I've been working out like a beast. What about you?
Okay. You know what? I have not, and I have to get back there. But at the end of the day, it's still stable. With
I
this,
believe in beliefs. I
so
believe I can touch my knees.
all right. I can still touch my knees, and I can still play racquetball. So it is what it is.
Oh
And
God, my
and
ex-husband.
for
When
my
are
age,
you going to
and
start
for
doing
my
that?
age, I tell you what, I'm still better shape than most people who are my age.
No,
And I'll leave it
I
at that.
agree. You're in good shape. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not me or nothing, but you're in good shape. You're all right.
My God, today. I don't have no hypertension. I don't
Nope.
have no bad feet. My knees
Nope.
ain't hurting. Thank
Nope.
you, Jesus. That's all I can say.
Hallelujah.
Yep. But Trish, you do work out. We saw your dance video, so we know that you
No,
got
no,
some
no,
moves.
no. I was in a car accident. I'm just getting back into the swing of things a few months ago, but I have to get ready for Belize, so I
I
can't
got a
like.
question for you. When you were in your car accident, if it was not your fault, did you
No, it
get a
wasn't.
lawyer? Did you retain a lawyer?
Of course. I'm still
Oh,
in
okay.
court. Yeah, I'm
Okay. I
still.
wish somebody. I wish you would have talked to somebody because somebody didn't retain a lawyer. Now they're going through a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's
But
their
we.
problem. I got hit by the NYPD, so I would never
Oh
get.
my God. Yeah. You know you got it going on. I'm telling you. Anytime you get hit by like a bus, city bus, um, uh, government.
If I wasn't so fit, I would have been dead.
That's deep. That is deep. That is deep. So yeah, that is deep, Trish.
It is.
That is. It
And
is.
that's
So
why I'm very light. I mean, I know
mhm.
I come on here and perform, but God is good.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got you. Now, Trish, I got a question for you. Do have you been getting a lot of hate on the street? I
yeah,
mean, you know,
from you, nigga.
no, you
Yeah.
have not. No, you have not, Trish. We have not talked about you in a whole week. I know you lying.
A whole week. I've been going longer. See, I'm not even
But
hearing good.
my thing is this, Trish. It's not like you pop up. I mean, yeah, it's not like you pop up, Trish. And I don't know
I
because I
have
haven't
been
given you hate.
work.
I got you, but we really haven't been talking about you, Trish.
Yeah,
I'm so uh.
listen.
Now
I
I heard them
know.
people in the Mo Free sector have been giving you grief.
No, who? Nobody.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no. I've been in there too long. Y'all just got there. I
I
move
don't go there.
around. I
I
move
don't go
around.
there.
You too.
I don't go
You
there.
like the globe. You don't go to any hood, and you pop a squat, then you keep it moving. You got to move around.
Okay.
There's other sectors besides the Mo three
Well, you know
sector.
what? I don't need to move around.
Oh,
I
y'all my
just need it,
cousins, but
baby.
there's
I just look. I just need to get my check from here, and then when it's over,
you
it's
need
time
to
for
get
me to
your
go somewhere else.
YouTube steps in. Get your YouTube steps
I'm
in. Get
good.
fit.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good right here. It seems like people always come here and
Hey,
find
Uncle
us.
Paul.
It's all good.
Yeah, I hit your link because you dropped it, and two, I was sent a video. I didn't have a
Mhm.
chance to watch.
Mhm.
I expect it had something to do with the plane because it was around the same time, and they sent me the video of you, slick shading and shit. Do you?
No. People was slick shading you. People was in there. I said, you know what? I don't know if it's at
No,
that resort or not.
I read the chat. Nobody was
Baby,
slick shading.
I said that's yes they
They was
were, baby.
actually
Ooh,
coming for
baby, yes
your
they
ass.
were.
They was
Baby, yes
coming
they
for
were.
your ass.
Baby, they was
They were
coming for
coming
your
for your
trip.
ass because they
I'm
saw
like,
you the wrong
But
way. They saw
the thing
you the
is,
wrong way.
it was on World News tonight,
Yeah,
and I was just talking about the
it's
news.
five
And notice
hours
I talked
away on the
about.
plane.
I remember Florida State. I talked about. I talked about another thing, and then we talked about
Child,
that hijacking. And
I saw the video.
they had
I
to turn
saw it.
The Southwest plane back to Hobby, going to
Oh,
Houston, and I remember that.
yeah.
But not, I did not mention your name. I did not
I
mention the
noticed that you
resort.
didn't.
I didn't mention
You know,
anything.
you
I
no,
just
you
mentioned the
but you
location.
was being elusive. Come on. You know how you do. And I thought it was cute. It was clever. I mean, liked how the chat chew you up. They chewed you up. Okay.
Baby, they no, baby. The people was coming after you, and then they was like, I said, look, I don't know anything
They
about
wasn't
that.
coming after me. I
Stop
wasn't
trying
even
to bring
there.
up the,
I
trying to
saw
bring
a
up that lady
replay.
name.
I
Stop
saw
trying to bring up that
I
lady
know.
trip.
Right.
Don't bring
I
up that
saw
lady trip.
Yeah, you
I'm
know
just
what
talking
you
about.
was doing.
I said it could have been in
You
Belize
knew what
City.
you was trying to do. It didn't work
I
though.
said, baby. Well, anyway, I wasn't trying to do nothing but give the people the news.
Anyway,
That's it.
what else is
Lord,
going
please don't tell me this truck done broke down in the middle of this road. Oh my God, today. Yes, she did. Okay, somebody gonna have to let me through. God dang it.
Yeah, he started that.
Hold on for a minute, y'all. I gotta be
Yeah,
very careful.
listen, I mean, like he's very old fashioned. He do things like the old dating way, where it's obvious what he's trying to do. I mean, can't teach your old dog new tricks, I guess. So
Okay, now I guess you haven't learned anything. Come on now. Don't try to slick shade me. Even though I'm trying to wait for this car. Baby, I can still hear it. Don't try to slick shade me, boo
whatever,
boo.
whatever,
Thank you,
whatever.
sir. I appreciate it. Don't try to slick shade me, baby. Anyway, but no, we were really talking about the news, and I told people let's stay away from your trip because I said, it may not be at that resort. We don't know where that thing gonna be. But anyway, so how is it going? I mean, reservations up, everything. You doing your thing?
Fabulous.
Good, good. I expect to see. I mean, I cannot wait to see it. It sounds like it's going to be very exciting. Okay. So
I
Trish
like to
is Trish is
under
Trish has
promise
been
and over
Trish is
deliver.
Trish has been very quiet and secretive because she's not letting anything out the bag about this exciting piece of art that's going to take place,
Yes,
and it's
it
going to
is
be
a
really
piece
good.
of art. It is
I'm
art.
sure.
It will
I'm
be art.
like,
I'm a big art.
honey,
I'm an artiste.
okay, come on, give us some abstract.
I'm
Oh,
here.
all right, all right. So what else has been going on, Trish?
Well, nothing. I've been working. You've been asking the same questions for the last 30 minutes that I've been up here.
Okay, well, okay, you want to go ahead and click off then? Because
Yeah,
I got other
yeah,
content. All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you
Do
for
that.
coming, boo. I
You're very
appreciate it,
welcome.
and you
You're
have a
very
good day. I
and you
appreciate you
too.
coming on. All
All
right.
right.
God bless.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
See how you got to do that. You're asking the same question. Well, that means that you're boring and you don't got nothing going on. But anyway, moving right along. You see, and then we've been talking about her. Now, how long was that plane thing? That thing been like a month ago. That's about a month ago, and you just catching that, and then you want to talk about it. All right, we ain't been talking about you since that plane, and we were really talking about you with the plane thing, to be honest. But baby, these girls want to be seen and heard. Okay, they come for the form and the fashion. Okay, they come to the church for the form and the fashion. It ain't about worship. It's about the loaves and bread. It's about the fish and bread. That's what they come for. They didn't come to hear Jesus. No, 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 no. They came for the fish and they came for the bread. Moving right along. Yeah, just moving right along. But y'all, again, I think it's funny. But I hope her trip works out. But she was throwing slick shade. Y'all know she was throwing slick shade with the Dover situation and all of that and whatever. So do your trip. Show the girls how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Teach us something, oh great master. So that's all we gotta say. But anyway, y'all, it has been really good, y'all. I'm almost to my destination, but let me see. She came so you could talk about. Yeah, nobody ain't beefing with her. I, we didn't even know you were still doing your thing. I'm telling you, people always want to show up when they need something, and I just think it's really funny. But I hope, not for real, for real. I hope her trip goes well. I hope they get good footage. I hope everyone gets there safely and go back, come home safely. And that's my hope for them, and that's it, and that's the truth. Um, now, what Trish said is kind of correct. I don't have the power to sabotage anything. Another thing is there are no friends on YouTube, and if you have them, you should be talking about them. 1099s, and just because we twin 1099s, that don't mean I have concern for people. When I love folks, I love humanity. I want people to do well. I don't have to have an intense love. It's really Philadelphia. It's brotherly, family type of love. It's not romantic. It's not, yeah. You really want to have brotherly love, and then you want to love people unconditionally because you know who they are and where they are, and you keep on moving. And that's what I can really say. Even if I don't know you, I want the best for humanity. And I think people kind of, get that mixed up. And this is why I say, even in the Bible, you need to be looking at them Greek words and them Hebrew words because unlike our system, those words have different words to describe different levels of things. I'll leave it at that. Coffee beans, it is very hazy, but it's not raining yet. It was a little sprinkling, but that's it. All right, Miss Douglas. Hey, beautiful and happy birthday. May God. Yes, Dr. LaShawna Ruth Brown. All right. I'm gonna drop the link again, and y'all, we chilling right now because I'm good. I mean, I'm just talking about things, and I'm looking at our president take back that stuff on China. Honey, China is whooping tail right now. It's sad. It's sad. It is demeaning. See, this is what happens when you talk all of that mess and can't back it up, and you putting these tariffs on people, and now the businesses that supported you and these people are supporting you now they're telling you to stop. And this is why people who didn't vote for you are sitting back saying, I told y'all, I told you, I told you. People are losing farms. People are closing stores because the tariffs are too high. She knows this. President Xi knows this. And they're playing a game of chicken. And even though it's hurting China as well, um, they are not a democracy. Okay? That's communism. We are the ones who are democracy, and our folk gonna talk about it. And now Trump is doubling down on it. And even with the coronavirus, he's now, you don't hear him saying the China virus no more. Because again, now China is saying, I can show you better than I can tell you. Also, Candace Owens, don't blame the media. Let me say something about this Candace Owens character. First of all, she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. That's number one. And now she's trying to blame media. Candace Owens got on the Breakfast Club and Budden Show. And I guess some black people are fooled to talk about some, oh, I didn't know that's what she meant. And she wants to blame it on the media. Well, was it the media when you were talking about certain black people using racism when it comes to the DEI situation? Wasn't that you? Wasn't that you who was saying that black people in Africa was helped by colonialism because it put them into a different sphere, and we was doing slavery already? That was really interesting, Candace. But Mansa Musa did not need the help of any colonists. As a matter of fact, I blame Mansa Musa for the invasion of Africa because he showed people what he was working with, and people were jealous and envious and greedy. And that's what really brought them over here because we were sitting on a gold mine, literally. Because our rich resources in Africa helped sustain us because they didn't have those resources in Europe. So now you want to come back and act like you love the black people all along, but yet you were selling us out at CPAC and all of these other places. Who is that representative from Florida? Baby, them people show you what they at that town hall meeting. Oh, I can't think of that man's name. But baby, they asked him, do he read books? And he got purely touched in his spirit. Let me tell you something. Y'all, black Republicans who are being surrogates for these people, Byron McDonald, who got expunged. Don't get me started. Y'all sitting up getting used by these folks, and these people are really showing you who they are. They are really showing you who they are. and they are showing their racist hand to you. They only use you for what they need you for. And then they're going to show you what they're about. Byron McDonald, this is what we've been saying. These people are really showing themselves. How are you going to represent some man who sat with a person who was anti Semitic and a part of the Klan? And you think that they okay? This man who was saying that there are good people on both sides, when these people were talking about replacement theory, are you serious? What's up, Miss Douglas?
Pastor, I was just being messy when I said I want to talk to, and
Okay.
I saw that one of the ushers dropped the link. I said, well, let me go on up here so I wouldn't have put my foot in my mouth. Because
Ah,
I ain't going to bop a bit, Pastor. I ain't going to bop a bit unless
I
somebody
got
comes
you.
to me. Speaking of which, the other day when you were here and I was in the chat and I said the bone carriers, well, Hershey got in her feelings and called me out on stomp downs, but I wasn't talking about Hershey. I was talking about the other trolls that had popped up in here. Excuse me, bless her heart.
Which
I don't
one is
have
that?
any. Which one? What? One of the
The,
trolls?
yeah.
I don't know. It was quite a few that had popped up in the chat that day when you were talking. Um, and they was being, I mean, just going in. It was a lot of them, but
Baby, they were
uh,
very hostile, but all I could say is a hurt dog will holler. And even though it wasn't meant for her, she took it in her spirit. So I guess it was her in her spirit. Let me tell you something. That person right there, I don't even, like I said, it'd be 1099. That
yeah.
person loves you when they can get up and do what they want to do, but then when you call it out, then they got a problem. But my thing is, you're not gonna sit here and talk about Tulsa when you do the same thing. When you do the
Well,
same thing, but at least Tulsa is respectful of the panel, and I don't have to mute her and tell her to be quiet because yeah. So again, these people don't know how to be on the platform. Then they get mad because again, I'm setting the rules for you. So
uh-huh.
go ahead.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. I I was not speaking of her, but I was just it just tickled me. You know, I'm not gonna be arguing with anybody, like you say. I'm just a 1099 subby. That's it. That's
Look, come
all.
on, let me say something about Tulsa. I think Tulsa is a tongue-in-cheek, no pun intended, type of person.
Hmm.
I think Tulsa like to stir it up. I think Tulsa is she's so obvious of what she's doing. And I think
Yes.
that's the thing. She's obvious. She knows that we don't have nothing going on, but she'll do it because she knows it's going to stir it up. And I know how she operates. But people like her, she really wants to smile in your face and act like they with you, but they don't. See, I know Tulsa. I know Tulsa will go where the wind blows. I know Tulsa can turn on a drop of a dime. I know that about Tulsa. I know that. But it's these people who try to play the role that they really with you and all of this stuff. And let me tell you something too, Miss Douglas. When you do things that may not go with them, watch where they go.
Oh,
Watch where they go.
Pastor.
Now let me tell you what Jesus did. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get to the Bible here. Honey, when Jesus cast out them demons out of that lady,
Hmm.
they went to the pigs.
Oh, yes.
And I mean people always gather to where they really want to go. Because all you gotta do is really just do something and just see where they land and it'll tell you how they felt about you all along.
Oh, yes. I know, Pastor. That's how come it's it's a, it's just an entertainment app, you know,
It
and I don't
is.
have,
It is.
I respect everybody's opinion. I don't have to argue with you about your opinion, just like you don't have to argue with me about mine because we each have one. We're entitled to that. What bothers me is when people can't handle the differences and then they want to go on a personal tirade of that content creator or even another subby. I
Hmm.
just think that's where they have crossed the line. But I don't have all that vitriol for people. What
Yeah.
the subbies do personally, it's not my business. I'm not looking to be into their personal business. I like being cordial and fellowshipping with people in the chat. Even if I don't agree with your opinion, I'm not going to try to beat you over the head to take mine and make it be law. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? So it is what it is now.
But the
I know
girls
you're
are not
almost to your
well. Miss
destination.
Douglas, Miss Douglas, the girls are not well. Again, let's go back to Tesla, aka Tulsa. People done talked about her like a dog. I have never seen her once go dock somebody. I have never seen her once do this, this, and this. Now, does she talk mess? Does she talk behind the scenes? She probably does. But my thing is, she keeps it on YouTube. She does her thing. She's messy on YouTube. Um,
Hmm.
I have seen other trans individuals do some hideous stuff and then think it's funny. But then when something happens to them, then they want to cry a river. And I've seen that. I've seen that. And this is why I don't deal with those type of people because, again, I'm going to deal with somebody who knows what this apparatus is about and what it gives. This is about entertainment. But these people are so sensitive and they're so traumatized by their childhood trauma. I guess this stuff erupts up and then they act out and they do things that are really, you could get somebody hurt, but that's what they do. So at the end of the day, I don't bother them. I don't really talk about them anymore. I move right along. I see how people gather together, but I'm gonna say this. It's not important to you until it happens to you. And them same people
Hmm.
who will gather with you will turn right around and throw you under the bus.
I'm gonna tell you something else, Pastor.
What
Sometimes it
what
doesn't
what, what
even have to. It doesn't even have to be a childhood trauma. It could be something that they encountered in their adult life that's
yeah.
just not, you know, just not jiving with their spirit. But each person has a time and a place to work things out in their life
Mhm.
for the better. And I just wish that for everybody who's going through anything, just take your time and breathe and analyze the situation and map you out a plan to work it out. That's all I can say.
Yeah. But
That's all
I
I can
sit
say.
back and watch. And like I said, I am not claiming to be perfect, but baby, this is entertainment. Separate what you do in your entertainment from your real life. And I don't think
Hmm.
people have the capacity to do that. And people are really angry and upset. I also think, too, that people don't like people with confidence and they want people that they can tear down and so on and so forth, and they get really angry when they can't do that. Like I said, I look at the general swath of the sector as a whole, and there are a few people who really have that confidence where they can move on and move about and not be worried about folks or what they gotta say and do. Ain't nobody worried about y'all. Let me tell you something. The only thing I'm worried about is, okay, do I have enough content? Because it's about content to me. It's really not about anything personal or what you all said or what you did. It's about the content. And this is why I don't get upset with Tulsa. So if Tulsa did go and scandalize my name and came back, it's up to me. But I know what it gives. And I know, and again, one size does not fit all. And I think people want you to put everybody under the same banner. One size
Hmm.
does not fit all. You have to size these people up by their words.
Yes.
You
Yes, you
really
do.
do. You really do. So people think I give Tulsa a pass. No, I know Tulsa. However, it's another trans person. Because we know them works. We know them works.
Right.
We know that people have done, porn bomb people to take them out. We know people have done. Come on now. We know these
Yeah.
things. So you don't treat people the same. Tulsa ain't never palm barred me. Tulsa ain't never did this. Now have Tulsa said some stuff on other people's channels that's dubious and questionable? Questionable, yes, she has. But I'm looking at the bigger picture, and I know what she gives, but I know
Well,
what other people give and what as well. I really
well,
do. So it's not a one size fit all type thing. Pastor, have you heard that Angie Stone sector has formed a paperwork party TV? Okay, that's what you
well,
do. If you think something is wrong, then you do it. I ain't mad at the Angie Stone conspiracy theory people, because if they can find out, that's how stuff gets started. That's how stuff gets started, and
hmm
people really start doing investigations. So I ain't mad at it.
and guess what, Pastor? That's not just limited to the beefing sector. It goes on in other sectors as well,
It does.
you
It
know,
does. It
all
does.
across the board. So that's how come I just watch. I just watch. Sometimes I don't drop down, but I'm listening,
Oh yeah, but it
and
happens in all
that's
sectors.
anywhere I
But
go.
people
Yeah.
gotta have some emotional intelligence not to know to break the law or do some things. And I think that some people really live their life vicariously through this app. You got to know what this app is for. This app for me is a little extra income to come in and a little
hmm
entertainment. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be at the improv. I don't want none of that stuff because that's not what I'm looking for. This is
Right.
what I do, and it helps because as I'm going to and fro from different places, I'll come on, I'll speak, I'll give the entertainment, and then I'll move on. But during my life, I'm not on here like that. Now, if I'm on here 5 or 6 times, that means that I got a lot of time. But
Yeah.
you see me here Monday through Friday in the morning, and when I'm coming back, and usually you don't see me no more. Period.
I learn a lot of things when I go to different chats and everything. I just it just depends on where I'm at. A
Well,
lot of
what have you
times I
seen, Miss
can take
Douglas?
it.
What have you seen? What are the top things that you've seen in the sector and in the chats and how people move? What are some things that you've seen?
Well, that's kind of hard, Pastor, because I only go to certain chats. So I get most of my information from when I'm in the chat because, like you, that's why I say it's not hard to believe that you only watch certain content creators because I do that too. Like, I don't watch a lot of them, so I really don't know until I come here or I'm in reads or whenever Kwani goes live because she's entertainment or Spill It Boy, Rick Reed, um as far as the
Yeah,
beefing
it's a
sector
few
goes.
content creators I watch, and you're right because number one, you don't want to have to red ball through all of the mess.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff is like, this is why I don't watch some content creators because it's like you got to red ball through it, and I'm like, I don't got time to do that. I'm not gonna spend my whole entire day going through this, and then I'm not gonna speed it up. I'm just like, and
I
and so
can't
you
do
get
all
to
that
the
back and forth with that screaming and yelling. And if I know that's what they're going to do, then I just stay away from that because it gives me a headache.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Well,
I'm
it's
pretty
interesting,
sure.
and sometimes conflict is good, but then okay, let's bring it down. So let me give you an example of a conflict that happened yesterday. You know, this at this time. Mama D was on, and she was wishing Dr. Lashana Root Brown a happy birthday. But she was
Hmm.
tired of a certain content creator coming for her, and she mentioned it, and so she started talking about it, and Mama D went off, right? So that
Oh, I
person
was
actually
here.
took the thing, and baby, she went, but Mama D popped back. Now that was some back and forth and some banter, but the banter actually came to a standstill, and then we worked through it. And then after we worked through it, I apologize. I apologize. We're all veterans. We got a lot. So again,
Hmm.
that worked. And so I don't have a problem with banter. I don't have a problem with people going back and forth. But okay, what's the end game? What are we gonna get out of it? Why
Yeah.
did it happen? Why does this person? And then, of course, this person was from Sir King sector, and Mama D was like, "I'm done with that." and the person said I didn't like her from the beginning, but then, we realized that I don't have to like you, but we've done some of the same things, we've done similar work, we both served our country, and
Yeah.
then they got it together, and then they went forward. And I guess, you can say what you want about me. At the end of the day, if you want to get things right, you can come over here and get good things right. Now, what I'm not going to do is entertain foolishness when somebody had the time to come over and get it right and chose not to. So now it's up to me of when I want to do it, because you can't tell me when to do it. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I gave you a chance, you didn't take it. So now it's up to me to decide when I want to do what I got to do.
And that's your right. It's your platform. It's your situation. That's why I say I don't place judgment on anything like that. I was here yesterday for the dynamics that was going on, but because I can't speak for Mama D, and I can't speak for that young lady, but Vivian came up with a cooler head, and it was prevailed, and they got to work everything out. Mama D, she's something else. She's our elder, and
But
she
don't think
did
Mama D won't pop off.
but well, I mean, she, like I say, she's our elder. She's an old school, uh how can I say this? Stern will get your mind right, like, your grandma. She gonna tell you what it is and how it is. You're not gonna disrespect me because I didn't do you that. But when you went to calling me all those B's and W's, you crossed the line, so I'm finna give it back. It's like meeting you with your same energy. You know what I mean? And they don't like that at all. Nobody likes being met with that same energy. Like when you say they being a little bit shady or this or that, I don't allow that shadiness.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, put a one in the room. I don't know. I might be in a dead zone area. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Miss Douglas, are you on? I know you were talking, and then all of a sudden it went. So it might be me. Can y'all hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, I don't know. It might be Miss Douglas. But yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Even with Shish Trish, I'm telling her, hey, this is what we gonna do. You don't come up here acting crazy. I know you was raised better. Come on. And I gave a warning. And then we really start talking, and we can go, we did what we had to do. So it may be Miss Douglas. So yeah, we did what we had to do. But I'm not trying to disrespect people on their platform, and that's one reason why I don't go on people's platforms either. Because if you cool with me, we'll have a good
No, I'm
conversation.
here.
Okay. I don't know why you went out. I couldn't hear you. Miss Douglas, I couldn't hear you. I thought you were still talking. But
I
yeah,
was,
so
but I didn't hear anything anymore. So I didn't know if
no,
I
we
had
thought
went out
thought
or
you went out, but no, you didn't. We was just listening to you. I get accused of not
oh,
listening to people, so we were just listening to what you had to say. So yeah, you all, but yeah. So this is
don't
how you handle
do
people.
anything on my
And,
channel anymore. So shoot, I like being a
uh huh.
subby.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Somebody said mom tried time. Okay. Yeah. Hey, D Miss O. We got D Miss O in the room. D Miss O, I like you. And you know I like D Miss O. I know a lot of people say, I don't know why you like her. She's playing in your face. No. But I think D Miss O, it was good that we worked that situation out with D Miss O. But D Miss O, you see how these people try to put restrictions on you and try to. I don't like that. Even though, let me say this, D Miss O, and I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. Even though you didn't say those things, I just didn't like it because it just seems like, let me get you in the check. I don't know. I just didn't like that. And I don't know. I don't know. Now I would ask people to come over so we can have a conversation, and and people say different things, but I just didn't like it. It was almost like when Wayne Brady was on Dave Chappelle's show, and when he said, "Is Wayne Brady gonna have to slap a hoe?" I mean, I don't know if you ever watched that skit, but it was giving me that kind of like, oh, and I didn't like that Demons O. But I kept my mouth shut because I'm glad y'all got that resolved. Now, one thing I did tell Demons O is let her speak because I really wanted to hear what she had to say. And then, Demons O get very passionate, but I think they worked it out because I didn't want it to escalate. But I just didn't like the whole. It just. I'm glad y'all got it together, but I just didn't like all that foolery.
That's good. Well, Pastor, that's all I had to say. I didn't want to have put my foot in my mouth, so I just came up since I said I wanted to talk too. I was just being,
Well, I'm
a
glad you
little
came and
nervous.
talked because that's why I put down the lane.
Yeah, I used to hear it a lot, but I respect people's opinions, and I don't want to be a panel killer, and so I'll tell you to kick me off at any time. But I do enjoy the chat,
Well, I'm glad you
and
came up, and let me
let
see
me
what
say
y'all was
this: I want you to have a great day at work, Pastor. And can you put me back down in the chat with the
saying. I
normal
sure can.
people?
Okay, ma'am, I'll do that. All right. Well, look, Demas. Oh, we'll see how it will turn out as well. But I gave a strong warning. I was like, okay, you'll see what happens. It's not a time. It's not a if. It's when. It's not if it happens. It's when it's gonna happen. So um, it's been really interesting. Let me see what y'all saying. Charlie chat is cutting up, but the chat is seeing what's going on. And look, you all, I don't try to make your minds up for you. Y'all just see what's going on. Y'all can see what's happening. Y'all can see what's. And this is why I stay in my own lane and I let you all make your decisions and y'all can see what's going on. I'm the bad guy, right? But people have said some ugly stuff, but I'm the bad guy because I have pointed out that you don't treat your friends well and you get mad. I pointed out that you got some childhood trauma. I pointed out that you sit and denigrate the LGBTQIA community, even though you're gay, but you got issues with them, which is like, so you got inner turmoil within yourself. You don't want to hear that. It's just really interesting to me. You can't win from losing. So I'm like, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose all the way because you ain't going to make nobody happy. And I'm not here to make nobody happy. I'm here to do my commentary. That's it. I'm here to do my commentary. It ain't no friends on YouTube. These people will turn on you in a heartbeat. They'll love you and they'll claim to be a ride or live, and you sit right there and listen to them. And then the next thing you know, as soon as something don't go right or they perceive something, baby, they tearing you up. And that's what they do. And my thing is this: look where they go, look where they gather. I'm telling you, look where they gather. One thing about me is I don't have to gather with anyone. If I said it, I said it. I'm not trying to be in coalition or collaboration with anyone to come against you, but that's what they do. And I just think it's funny because I'm going to stand 10 toes down by myself. And it's really not us against them. It's I'm just gonna do my content and I'm gonna move the heck on. In the live roasting, let me say this: the live roasting is really out of control. But that don't even bother me right now. I'm buying solicitation from Queen Toaster. That don't even sound right because y'all know I don't pay for nothing. I don't want to pay for nothing. Okay, you know these people something else. So I just sit here and sit back. It's interesting to me. But yeah, and I did give Tulsa a donation, but not to come over here. Now, has Tulsa been over here once? Ain't been over here once. Tulsa ain't clicked the link once. And you see how we moving right along? Catherine Powell, no, I didn't. What happened? What happened, Catherine Powell? Catherine Powell, what happened? What happened, Catherine Powell? Ah, no, I didn't hear what she did. But the people who believe it don't do the research, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, D Miss O, I'm like D Miss O. What she done did now? What she done did now? I'm waiting for Catherine Powell. Oh, Kim McGee, are you okay? Oh Lord. So she went to that man's brother's grave. Well, the man said that his brother was dead. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Lemon said that his brother was deceased. He's already said that. The people didn't believe it. The people said he was saying that for sympathy. But now you go over and take a picture of the man's grave site. Okay, okay. I'm telling you, it's not important to you until it happens to you. It's not important to you. Well, Kim McGee, I hope you do better, and I hope you um, uh, Godspeed and quick recovery. I don't want to see it, Coffee Bean. I don't want to see it because that's not funny to me. That's not entertainment to me. That's somebody who's that's depravity to me. That's a lower self. That's low vibrational to me, and I don't want to see it. Even looking at Sheffy picture with her kulala and her dulala and her ta ta tas all showing was like I shouldn't even watch that because it's not what it's not what is it saying? Lemon told us that his brother was deceased. So it goes to show that you are that low base person that people think you are. And this is why I don't want to deal with you. This is why I make selections now. If I even see you click the channel, I don't even want you over here. And because you're just that. And I'm glad that people like that stay away because, I think it's something else. It's just why? Why? It's a bit. See, maybe he liked the church. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't even care about that either. People want attention, and I'm like, whatever. It's a bit. See, this is my first time even hearing it now. But with that, I don't even care. Let me say this: I cannot understand a successful travel nurse or whatever he is, a fraternity man. I can't understand the life of me. Why is that his focus? Because he's not my focus. He ain't my focus. I don't really care what he do. But you got to ask yourself that question. And this is again when reality merges into virtual and maybe you just need to step away. But I don't know why. And I don't really care because I don't watch him. I don't know what he does. And I just can't understand someone who's supposed to be so professional, so obsessed. I don't know. I don't know. But I will say this. It's really ironic that someone who claims that someone doxed him and he was so upset about that, which I still think is wrong, is now so obsessed with that and doing this as well. So the same thing that he hates, he's becoming. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm telling you, the oppressed becomes worse. They become worse oppressors if they don't see it in totality. And that's all I can say about that. So it is what it is. Okay. Uh, hey, it is what it is. And can I say this? The more you ignore, the more they have issues. It's almost like they want to fight, but I don't have time. I really don't. I don't. Nobody is scared. You know, if I really wanted to get back into that mode, it would be easy, but I don't because it's not worth it, and you don't have time for it. It's a waste of energy. I don't have I don't have the task or the propensity to even focus on that foolishness because that's all it is. It's foolishness. So if that's what it is, let people do what they want to do, baby. I got other things to do. Now, Coffee Bean, can I say this to you? Oh, this just came to my spirit, y'all. Now, I don't even think this is messy. I just think this is a coincidence. Isn't it a coincidence that when they made that Won't You Be My Neighbor video, I said, I don't have a problem with the video, but it's two things that bother me. Is that here this man is in booty shorts and bobby socks looking through everybody's window. That gives very perverted, very creepy type vibes. And I said, and I don't think King Roman is that person, but he was being low T shaded in the situation because he was peeking through people's windows. And I thought that was kind of like perverted in a sense, right? And then, of course, the second one was Lady Nika riding backwards on a horse. And it mean, and of course, to me, that said, hey, she don't know the front end from the back end of a horse. And it didn't speak well of Lady Nika. And so that was my thoughts on that. And no, that's the only problem that I had with the video. Those were the only two problems. Isn't it ironic that now he has issues with Nika and all of this stuff that's going on? And again, I told Nika, and Nika told me, no, Jay, one thing for certain, two things for sure. Girl, I knew it when I saw it. And all of a sudden now, he's so obsessed with what I'm doing. And I think the video was a fulfilled prophecy because the same thing that I said I had a problem with now has come to pass. Baby, I told y'all I'm not a post prophet. I called that thing out. I called that thing out when I saw the video. It was those two things that I saw. And look at the two things that's going on. Y'all better catch that. Y'all better catch that. I know you may not think I am spiritual. You can think whatever you want. But baby, y'all better catch this. I'm telling little girls, little girls, y'all better catch it. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? And the same thing that I mentioned that disturbed me is it has come to pass. Lady Nika, that's what they thought of you all of this time. Now, Lady Nika, I didn't think of you like that, but that's what they thought of you. And I thought it was very disrespectful that they had you sitting on the back of the horse facing the opposite way, saying that you don't know the front end from a back end of a horse. I told you it was shade, Lady Nika. You didn't believe me, and it's okay. And I don't have a problem with you, Lady Nika, because I like you. But I don't like you being disrespected. Now, that's the truth. I did not like you being disrespected, and I thought that's what they were doing. But no, 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 Lady Nika. Mm-mm. Baby, you said that that man, and I heard you, Lady Nika, but I know what I saw. And then, even for me, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I again said that I think it makes you look creepy. I think it makes you look creepy in booty shorts and bobby socks looking through people's windows. And and didn't I tell y'all that he was looking in my window the longest? Now look what he doing. It ain't nothing but a prophecy. Baby, I'm telling you, y'all, I want y'all to catch these things. That thing just came to my spirit. That video, and again, I did not have a problem with the video. I didn't malign the video. I gave real commentary on the video. But somebody got touched in their spirit and started calling me a hater on stuff that I saw that to me was shady to people. Now you don't get along with Lady Nika. And now you do think Lady Nika is backwards. It was in the video. And now people saying, I didn't know it. But now people are saying you stalking me, looking through the windows, whether it's the church or not. And I told you that's what was creepy to me in the video. And exactly what I said in that video that bothers me is exactly what you're doing now. I want you to check that out now because you were peeping Tom and you're talking. All right. Y'all think about that. Now y'all can say, Jay Wilson, you exaggerate. No, 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 no. Go look at that video. Go look what I said. I said this. I said it's making you look real, you know. And I mean, and the thing is, you all, that I was coming to his defense to say, yes, it's a good video, but I don't like how you're being portrayed, and I don't like how Nika is being portrayed. So again, I was standing up for you because I thought it was real pervy, and I know you didn't make the video. So my thing is, that's why I put it out there. But you know what? It is what it is. And maybe they knew something that I didn't know. Hello, somebody. Maybe they knew something I didn't know. Hmm. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. I don't have a problem with King Roman. I don't have a problem with Lady Nika. And Lady Nika knows I don't have a problem with it. I like Lady Nika. I don't have a problem with King Roman. Nobody ain't jealous of King Roman. For what? For what? For what? For what? Jealous of, again, when people say that, I look at that because there are some things that I may have issues with, but jealousy and envy is not one of them. Because you the old man, he the young man, and what they got to do? I'm an old man with all my teeth. I'm an old man in a relationship. I'm an old man. So what they got to do with that? You know, now he may have his looks, but I have mine, and I keep mine, and I don't, and I'm satisfied with mine. How I look, big or small, pudgy or what, I'm good with it. So I just don't get it. But no one is jealous. I think that somebody has issues because if you don't go with that person's narrative, and let me say this, you all, people have been put up on pedestals. People have been put up on, hey Vivian, people have been put up on pedestals. And when you go against something that they think is not them, then they get very upset about it. Long as you are in their wheelhouse and agree with them, then it's okay. But as soon as you have your own mind and your own opinion, then it's great. Because he thought that I was going to go with that video 100%. And I went with that video 80%, but it was the 20% that I had a problem with. And I didn't malign the video. I just said I thought it was really creepy you know. But that's what you get. And a lot of this is other folk egos. And folk don't like to be told that they're not great or XYZ. And when you get to that, they have issues. So I don't have a problem with the man at all. At all. The beef sector is the beef sector. Yeah. What's up, Viv?
Nothing. I just came up here to say, I'm so tired of that jealousy word getting thrown around here.
Uh-uh.
Get over it. Nobody's jealous of anybody because we
Mm-mm.
don't like none of y'all. It's the B sector. We can't stand nobody.
But this is the thing, Vivian. I don't have a problem with these people. I just do my job. I just come on and do my content, and I continue. I see it as a show, and then you click off. I don't see it as a real situation. I don't know that man. I don't know that man. I don't know what that man does. I don't know who that man's sleeping with. Don't care. All I know is I do my show. And really, what's really interesting is how many times have I mentioned that man all this month? With the exception of what I'm talking about now, because it was brought up that he is, I guess, stalking the church to stalk me. How many times have I brought that man up? Chat, can y'all tell me? Can y'all tell me how many times have you really heard me mention his name? Just give me a number, chat. Can you tell me? Can you tell me? I'm a hold for this one. I'm a hold for this one. I'm a hold for this one. KRN. I'm a hold for it. Coffee Bean said, let me see what Coffee Bean said here. You never mention him. Missing back teeth. Child, that could be. I ain't gonna mention him either, cause that missing back teeth could be somebody else. Yeah, nobody don't mention that man. I don't even watch him. I don't even watch his commentary. Period. So, but I guess that's what it is. This is the thing. If I don't like you, in the sense of, um, you know, on YouTube Street, then why am I gonna watch you? Why am I gonna go watch you? Ain't that right, Viv? Why go watch? Viv must be at the Walmart.
We don't watch nothing. I am at the Walmart. Jay, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm in here. I'm looking for some stuff. I'm gonna do a smoothie for my mama because I think she needs some extra supplement and boost her immune system because she not
Uh
eating
huh.
like she should be.
Okay. Okay. Well, get it together, Viv. Do what you got to do. But you're right, y'all. I don't. I really don't mention that person. I really don't. And it's not because I don't like people, but I don't. I don't go over there. And my thing is this: if I'm not welcome, or if we got some like that, I'm not. Now, I will say this: if it's a breaking news situation that I need to be over there, then I'll go over there, and I don't have a problem letting nobody know that. Hey, I went over there to see X, Y, Z. I don't. But to really go over to see what these people doing, no. I don't got time for that. So you all, if he's doing that with the church, it is what it is. I don't know what it's supposed to prove. I don't know what it's supposed to prove. Uh, yeah, it is what it is. That I go to church, that I have a role. I mean, first of all, you ain't no pastor. And I'm not a pastor. I am not. I am not. I do not have a congregation. Am I part of
But
the?
Jay, how many times have you told the folks this? This ain't
I
like it's
know.
some
I know.
breaking
It ain't.
news.
It ain't. But
That's
again, this
why
is what
he
they're going.
that's why he sounded crazy because it ain't no breaking news. You ain't never
Yeah.
said you were a pastor of a church.
No. Am I part of a clergy? I'm part of clergy. Am I ordained? Yes, I am. Am I a part of the chaplaincy? Yes, I am, because I've taken my courses and I have gone to a situation where, yeah, to get my certification. So yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna lie about that. Y'all act like people lie. I'm not lying about that. I don't have to lie about anything that I have. done. I don't. So I just think it's really funny that people really lose sleep over this. But you all, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that you all are telling me this, and that's what they're doing. And then all of a sudden, it connects. It connects. I'm like, okay, it goes back to that video again. You and Nika ain't getting along now, but that's how you really felt about Nika all along. Because if you really didn't feel that, let me say this: if you really didn't feel that way about Nika, you would have been like, "No, I don't know about that, y'all. Y'all got Nika on that horse backwards," or you would have came out and said, "You know what? I don't do the video. I didn't make the video up, but I do think it's kind of shady that they had Nika getting on their backwards." You didn't say that not one time. You know why? Because you believe it. You believe it, and that's why you didn't say nothing. That's why you didn't say nothing. I don't believe that Nika rides on a horse backwards. I think Nika knows the difference between the front of a horse and the back of a horse. But that's how you probably felt about her. And then the stalking piece, yeah, I didn't think that either until now. And maybe that video has some truth to it, baby. It maybe it's some truth to that video. I'm just saying, maybe it's some truth to it. So I'm just putting it together, but maybe it's some truth to that video. Maybe there is. So you all, that's what I think. But it is what it is. Let these people continue to do what they want to do. I don't have anything against that young man. I hope that his life continues to move forward. I'm just at a point in my YouTube thing that I don't move for. You should have called me when I was deep into going at it and doing what I was gonna do. You should have called me then, because right now I'm not there. To be honest, right now I'm really not there. So it's not because you scared. It's not. It ain't even because of that. It's just because It's just stupid to me now. I just don't have time or the effort to be doing all of that. Whether you believe it or not, there's just better things to do. Y'all hold on for a minute. I gotta.
Y'all, I'm in a Walmart walking around looking at for stuff for my mama. I'm looking for her some new jammies.
I don't know. Let me say this. Like I said, she was like, "No, Jay Wilson," and I'm like, "Okay, And I didn't argue with her, but again, the truth is gonna be the truth, and you know, there's always wisdom and wise counsel. And people didn't believe me at the beginning because the video was new. Everybody was laughing. Everybody was kikiing and giggling and all of this stuff until it happened. And when it happened, then and again, it just only takes a matter of time. It only takes a matter of time. So we're only seeing what you're doing. And again, I even had visions for you to say what they did to you wasn't right because they're making you look like a whole pervert here looking through people's windows. But now you're virtually doing it, and it's like, oh, okay. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Viv, go ahead and do what you got to do.
No, I was just saying, I'm just over here in the Walmart, Jay. I'm walking around looking for something for my mama to put on. But listen, certain parts of that video was kind of creepy. You called it. You a pre-profit and not a post-profit. And people need to just start taking notice up front instead of coming in on the tail end looking crazy after you done called it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Coffee Beans. It's a pajama set that I'm trying to get her because I think she needs some pajamas. I try to get her new pajamas when I come up because it's easier for me to put pajamas on her being in the bed most days than it is for me to actually put clothes on her. Y'all, I'm in a Walmart. I really don't want to. I don't want to do the prepay where I got to go and do the scan and stuff myself. I'm trying to find
Let
myself
me
a
say
cash.
this: nobody ain't scared of nothing. I'm just scared that people may go to jail. I'm gonna tell you what I'm scared of. Hold on for a minute.
Why? Because you don't react the way that people want you to react. You got to be a scary cat. You always got to be scared of something. You got to be jealous. You jealous of them. You scared of them. Why? Why is that? Can somebody tell me that, please? Somebody let me know.
Well,
That's
first
just
of all, I'm scared because it's a lot of things that can happen. I am not afraid of what people do virtually and all of that stuff. And to be honest, I'm really not afraid because if people want to step, you're only putting yourself in jeopardy. First of all, I'm too old to be fighting with people. I'm not going to be dealing with all of that foolishness, and I don't get myself bent out of sorts, to be honest. But nobody's scared. Nobody's scared of anything. You shouldn't be. I'm not. Um, but I just think it's really interesting how people do what they do. But no, nobody's scared. Mm-mm, not at all. Um, I'm just being honest. Uh, and I think this is what people really want you all to do. And I'm just going to be honest and lay it on out. People want you to run away from YouTube because they want to show you that I'm a threat. I will scare you. I will show you what I'm about because they want to build this big persona of like they can move something. And, you know, I don't know if people have been bullied or had this, but some people don't have any power off of YouTube. So they exert all of this power or perceived power on YouTube with the perception that that's going to scare somebody and people are going to leave. And I guess that's why people do this. And I guess I'm supposed to feel scared or threatened or some kind of way by this. And the more you ignore people, the more they get upset because they really want the attention. So it's a it's a catch 22 situation because if you engage them, it feeds them and it fuels them because you're giving them some type of attention. And when you don't give them attention, it angers them because they're really screaming for your attention. And the best thing is to just really ignore. Even me talking about this a little bit is feeding it, but I'm not really concerned, but I'm just telling you what people try to do. And this is why it's so confusing because it's very incongruent to the perception that I got it going on. I'm a part of the fraternity. I travel. I do this. It's very incongruent because if you got this power, then I should even get in your brain enough that you want to be so obsessive.
Big
What's
Duke,
up,
what's
dude?
up?
What's up, fourth quarter talk? What's going on? So that's my thing. But you all, hey, that's how I look at it. Everybody can look at it differently. And this is why I am really trying to disengage with a lot of these content creators because they're not well. And they really are not well. And some of this stuff is undiagnosed, but they have anger issues. They have a lot of issues dealing with anger and around anger. And I think, we're seeing a lot of this stuff. So, yeah, and I engage with people. And let me say this: I am going to engage with people who know what YouTube is about, who knows what this is about. This is a show. This is how you use your show. And that's it. I don't have time to be dealing with people who don't have any emotional intelligence, and that's it. So, but what's up, Duke? Duke, you got to hit me up, Duke.
Hold
Duke,
on,
I
Jay.
got
I
I
need to
got
tell
something that's
Reason
coming
something.
up. Duke, I got something coming up. And dude, yes, hit me up. So anyway, go ahead, Vivian, and then I'm going to go ahead and end because I got to get
Okay,
into
so
the
first
off.
I'm gonna say this. Duke, I am down about 60 pounds, bruh.
Come on, Viv.
I'm down about 60 pounds. But I also wanted to tell reasoning, yes and no. And I'm on my way now to go talk to the people about mama.
Yeah. Well, look, y'all, I gotta go, but we'll talk. Duke, hit me up. I'll talk to you later on. Peace and love. Bye.